Now I will show you how to transfer an Iguana license from an activated instance to a non-activated instance. First, we want to find the Iguana ID of the non-activated instance. To do this, we do the localhost request to the 8543, which is where the non-activated license is. And then we are returned with an HTML response, which then we use string manipulation to find the Iguana ID. Once we get the Iguana ID, we now want to find the authentication token. So using this API call, we enter our my.interfaceware.com username and my.interfaceware.com password, and a return with a JSON object, which is then parsed to find the authentication token. Once we have found the authentication token, we can use the licenses API call to be able to access the entitlement ID. After the entitlement ID is found, we then want to gain access to the activation ID. Doing this, we use the authentication token and the entitlement ID found before. It is then returned as a JSON object, which is parsed, and then using line 53 here, we were able to trace down the activation ID. Note that the 97 is used for this demonstration on my end, but will be different on your end depending on which license you are trying to transfer. Using the authentication token, the activation ID, and the Iguana ID, we can start the transfer of the license. So you want to change this live from false to true, and it will give you back the new code to activate or to complete the transfer of the new license. Once you have the new code and you are ready to activate your transferred license, you want to use this details to API, change the URL to make sure it's pointing to the right port, and then add the new code into the key here. Once that is done, you change this from false to true, hit run, and then go onto your port, or your new port, hit a nice refresh. And as you can see, the license has been successfully transferred.